Let's talk about the American dream, the classic story where hard work leads to a house, a family, and a comfortable life. But for millions, that dream is now as realistic as a dragon running an Etsy shop. The American dream has become a luxury item, with a price tag most can't touch. Today, even teachers, nurses, and firefighters, the people we call heroes, are forced to choose between rent and medicine. The rules changed while we were working, and now the game is rigged. We live in the wealthiest country in history, yet so many are one flat tire away from disaster. The wealth exists, but it's not reaching the people who keep the country running. This isn't a glitch, it's the system working as designed. Real people, like Sarah, a single mom working 2 jobs, or David, a grad drowning in student loans, are being failed. These aren't stories of personal failure, but of a system breaking its promise. The American dream was supposed to mean stability, not survival of the fittest. Now it's a promise broken on a massive scale. The goalposts haven't just moved, they've disappeared. The dream is out of reach for millions, and it's time we admit it. The question is, what are we going to do about it? Let's get to the heart of the issue: wages. Productivity has soared since the 1970s, but wages have barely budged. The cost of living, housing, healthcare, education has skyrocketed while paychecks crawl. The federal minimum wage is still $7.25 an hour, unchanged since 2009. Meanwhile, CEOs celebrate record profits, but workers see little benefit. The result? The paycheck paradox. Working harder, feeling poorer. All that extra value created by workers, it's gone straight to executives and shareholders. This isn't just about minimum wage. Middle-class salaries now barely cover basic needs. Many are forced into the gig economy, multiple jobs, no benefits, no security. The old contract, work hard, live well, is shredded. Now people juggle jobs just to survive, not to get ahead. The system rewards the top, while everyone else is left behind. It's not just unfair, it's unsustainable. The treadmill keeps speeding up, but the finish line keeps moving. We need a new deal for American workers. Because right now, the system is broken by design. Let's talk about housing. The main reason your bank account is always empty. For most, owning a home is now just a fantasy. Even renting has become a nightmare, with prices soaring in cities everywhere. In many states, a minimum wage worker would need to work nearly 100 hours a week just to afford a modest apartment. People cram into tiny spaces, move far from work, or spend most of their income on rent. Buying a house? Unless you have a time machine, good luck. Home prices have shot up, fueled by low supply and corporate investors snapping up properties. Bidding wars and all-cash offers shut out regular families. The starter home is nearly extinct, either torn down or bought by private equity. This isn't just about buildings, it's about stability and the chance to build wealth. When a generation is locked out of homeownership, society becomes less stable and secure. The dream of a home is slipping away from millions. We're not just creating renters, we're creating permanent insecurity. Housing should be a foundation, not a trap. If we don't fix this, the consequences will last for decades. Now let's talk about American healthcare, a system that's both the most expensive and the least effective in the developed world. You pay a fortune for insurance, but using it can still bankrupt you. Premiums, deductibles, and co-pays keep rising, making care unaffordable even for the insured. People skip care, ration medicine, or avoid the doctor altogether out of fear of the bill. Health is treated as a luxury, not a right. If you can't afford it, you're out of luck. Try not to get sick. Other countries cover everyone for less, but here, profit comes first. For-profit insurance, pharma, and hospital chains keep prices high. The result? People die or go broke just trying to stay healthy. It doesn't have to be this way. Universal care is possible. The system is designed for profit, not patience. We need to put people over profits. Healthcare should be a guarantee, not a gamble. Until then, millions will keep falling through the cracks, and the cost isn't just financial, it's lives lost. In America, debt isn't a choice, it's a survival tool. The basics, education, housing, emergencies, are so expensive, most people have to borrow just to get by. Student loans now top $1.7 trillion, crushing young people before they even start. Monthly payments rival rent, dictating life choices and delaying families. When wages don't keep up, people turn to credit cards for everyday needs. High interest rates turn small debts into mountains. It's a vicious cycle. Debt to survive, debt that makes survival harder. The psychological toll is huge: stress, anxiety, and hopelessness. Debt strains relationships and mental health. We've normalized a society built on borrowing from tomorrow to survive today. This isn't sustainable, it's a ticking time bomb. The system profits from keeping people in debt. We need to break the cycle, not just manage it. A stable life shouldn't require a lifetime of payments. It's time to rethink how we fund opportunity. Let's talk about food, something everyone needs, but fewer can afford. Grocery shopping now feels like a losing battle, with prices for basics climbing every week. Food prices have jumped more than they have in decades. A handful of giant companies control the food supply, raising prices and raking in profits. The result? Families water down milk, skip meals, or buy cheap, unhealthy food. Food banks, once for emergencies, are now a regular stop for millions. Even people with full-time jobs rely on charity to feed their kids. This isn't just a personal problem, it's a national crisis. Poor diets lead to health problems, which feed back into our broken healthcare system. It's a cruel cycle. Can't afford healthy food, get sick, can't afford care. Access to nutritious food should be a basic right. But for many, that right is slipping away. The food system is rigged for profit, not people. We need to make healthy food affordable for all. Otherwise, the cost will keep rising for everyone. The high cost of living isn't just one problem. It's a chain reaction that wrecks every part of life. When housing eats half your paycheck, you can't save, fix your car, or handle emergencies. One medical bill can mean eviction or homelessness. Financial stress delays marriage, kids, and even basic stability. Childcare costs force many parents, often women, out of the workforce. Constant moving for cheaper rent destroys community ties. People don't know their neighbors or get involved locally. Economic insecurity steals joy, opportunity, and hope. It makes society more anxious, divided, and less resilient. When everyone's in survival mode, there's no time for civic life. The struggle to survive is changing America's character. The dominoes are falling, taking our social fabric with them. This isn't just about money, it's about who we are as a country. If we don't act, the damage will be lasting. The cost of doing nothing is too high. This crisis didn't happen overnight. It's the result of decades of choices. Since the 1970s, policies have favored the wealthy and corporations over workers. Deregulation, tax cuts for the rich, and a tax on unions tilted the playing field. The mantra became, maximize shareholder value, no matter the cost to workers. Cutting wages and benefits became standard business practice. Deregulation stripped away protections for consumers and workers. Tax cuts were supposed to trickle down, but the benefits never reached most people. Instead, wealth was funneled upward through stock buybacks and executive pay. Unions, once a powerful force for workers, were systematically weakened. As union power fell, so did wages and job security. This wasn't an accident. It was a deliberate shift. The result? A system that works for the few, not the many. We didn't stumble into this mess. We were pushed. After all this, it's tempting to give up, but we can't afford despair. The good news? This mess was made by policy choices, and it can be fixed by better ones. Economic hardship at this scale isn't natural, it's a choice. We can choose differently. Raise the minimum wage and tie it to inflation. Make it easier for workers to unionize and share in the profits. Invest in affordable housing as a public good. Guarantee healthcare for all, and negotiate lower drug prices. Cancel student debt and make public education tuition-free. Reform the tax code so the wealthy and corporations pay their fair share. None of this is easy, but it's possible with political will and public demand. There's hope, workers are organizing, and public awareness is growing. The first step is admitting the system is broken. The American dream doesn't have to be a fantasy, we just have to fight for it.